Wait a second. Warhammer Dargonis. What can I build? Society of Cartographers. Yes. Yeah. Well, President and Lord Captain. I have to go to Footfall. Caligos Winter Scale. Incident. Nomos. Blood Ties. Shards and Tempest. Terrible news from Dargonis, your lordship. Your Vigilance Service has discovered an abscess of treachery on our capital world. One that have grown far too large and could rupture at any moment. The informants reported that a group known as the Brigadier Clans is actually a cover for a horrendous cult of genetic degenerates who currently have their people in every echelon of the hive. They are traitors to the purity of humanity, traitors to the creed, rebels, and heretics. What exactly did my people found out? One tenacious clerk from the Administratum has questioned the authenticity of the reports coming from the ruins of Scipio 84249. He personally attended the debris removal and entered the lower levels of the fallen hive. There he discovered signs that prove Scipio to be infected by the gene plague. Thousands of corpses of the extra-armed degenerates has been buried in a mass grave. Extra-armed gene plague. Is Dargonis infected by gene stealers? He had also found remains of Achilles Scalandar's people. It seemed that they have noticed the signs of corruption and the traitors aiming to cover up their crimes, buried amidst these under the ruins of the hive. On the way back, the clerk transport was destroyed, but he miraculously able to manage to survive. Now the heretics think they have covered their tracks once more, and so they continue their plots, oblivious to the unprepared for our attack. Why is this mutant plague that has affected our capital? A horrendous distortion of the human image. It seems that they spread their poison by biting and enslaving the victims. Some of them are indistinguishable, the same from normal humans, while others are disgustingly ugly. The heretics hide them away from prying eyes. They seem to be connected by a common consciousness and are absolutely loyal to the despicable cult. The astropathic choirs of Dargonis has suggested that the cult may be behind the extermination of the psychers on the planet. He can sense the ghost of powerful consciousness of some sort. The sanctioned psyker that we have gathered on Dargonis are prepared for a psychic engagement. They are disciplined, powerful, fearless, and will remain unwavering against the blows of our sinister enemy. Heinrichs, what are those mutants? They are called Gene Stealers. Yep, Gene Stealers on Dargonis. Man, why can anything be easy? They're not simple mutants. They are a Xenos plague that breeds inside the human brain, forever distorting their genetic makeup and enslaving them to the brood. This is much more threatening than the Drukhari fleet that ravages the capital earlier. If they are on Dargonis, then they will try to overtake the entire planet sooner or later. The messenger of the Great Devourer. My race can sense the shapeshifters. We should stay vigilant, Alantark. For a race with such a weak psyche as the monkey, their appearance can prove deadly. The Brigadier Clan is a cover for this disgusting cult? Indeed, they have probably started to recruit their workers. It is easy to get lost among them. Disguising themselves as technomats, they gained a cover for their secret operations and infiltrations into the upper echelons of power. Each crisis allowed them to gain our trust and receive our resources. And the most despicable of all is that they have corrupted our belief as well. They revered the God Emperor in the image of a four-armed abomination. Their prayers are full of hatred towards those in power and promises of a reckoning when their dreadful deity will come and equate them with their oppressors, with us that is. Many fools and troublemakers have fallen for their lies. Praise be, it was right not to let them into the hives on pain of death. Scurrying through the wastelands, they could only recruit the vandals dwelling there, and very few of the cult's cells are positioned inside the hives. The suppression of the minor cults dealt them a harsh blow. By returning the flock to a loyal stable, we have cut down the possible amount of their recruits. Okay. What forces do they have at their disposal? Most likely my loyal subjects. The heretics mostly consist of workers, but some have infiltrated the guard as well. Their weapons are primarily made by repurposing industrial machinery. The cultists are fearless and will readily sacrifice themselves for the sake of their common goal, but the worst part is their psychic threat. We cannot even begin to gauge it. If we would not have crushed the engine vandals, they could have joined the ranks of the cult, but at least we could ward off this particular threat in time. We have to act. Absolutely right. It is impossible to negotiate with the degenerates. Our only option is to completely annihilate them. We should start from the top. Should we attack decisively and quickly, or should we expose ourselves by bringing our heavy weapons into the capital and gain an advantage in firepower? To quietly eliminate their leaders, or to hit the infected territories and cleanse them of traitors? Hephaestus, raise the people to battle and publicly proclaim war. Tell the people that heretics are hiding amongst them, and millions of loyal subjects will grind the thousands of traitors to dust. May Dragonis cleanse itself of this filth. The caustic laugh of the Xenos sends shivers down your spine. Let others sully their hands. Just one beacon, and my kinsmen will crush upon the affected hives. Perhaps they may cause some additional casualties here and there, but have no doubt, none of their enemies will survive, even hiding in their little nest. The cleansing should be thorough. Ever since the Xenos scum attacked your world, the wrecks of downed ships float everywhere in orbit, connecting them with your ship and send them flying towards the nest of this spawn trying to encroach on your domain. Since all of them are linked by a common will, we could start by launching our attack there. If the astropathic choir could drown out the voices of the brood, we would be able to launch a sudden strike and act quickly enough before the enemy will be able to restore cohesion and inform each other of their assault. Okay, Argenta's way is gonna be very bloody. Yeah, it's gonna be very bloody. Marazai. Demolition. Like, I know, like, Ulfar is kind of good, but sending the big guns in is kind of bad. Marazai, not really. Like, do I really want to empower the Drukhari? Hell no. Attacking the hive mind is the best option. Like, if you attack the hive minds, usually Tyranids and Gene Stealers, they basically revert back to their basic instincts. Like, the Gene Stealers just go back to being animals, and the Gene Stealers, they get clarity, they get a bit of a clarity, and that before, you know, people gun them down. So, let's do this. Okay? I shall send the Inquisition directives developed specifically for this scenario to Dargonis. At the appointed time, the forces started their simultaneous array in all the hives on the capital. Relying on stealth and surprise, they did not use the heavy machinery. At the same time, the astropathic choir launched a truly devastating attack on the grim psychic shadow hanging above the hives of Dargonis. The attack stunned the brood of heretics and temporarily cut off their psychic communication. But the heretics did not go down without a fight. Soon, an enraged outcry of psi energy from the brood swept through and above the hives, plunging the brave warriors into horror or bloody insanity. This astropathic choir had managed to drown it out with their menacing chants, but this was a test of wills, and only the most disciplined and steadfast actors withstood its sheer force. The element of surprise facilitated swift extermination of the cult leaders, leading the rest of the heretics to lose heart. The filthy shrine and the heretics were set ablaze. Only one thing made the rogue traders' servants feel a sense of unease. Inside the cult's main temple, they found a hatchery of some grotesquely enormous monsters. It was empty. They did not find the beast. If the Emperor had been merciful to Dargonis, then the monster had perished in the fires that had engulfed in the hives during the cycle. Tainted phylactery. Oh boy. Well, I get this. Woebringer. Okay. Do I have anything else I can get? Holy Prophet, praising the muses. Please entire praising the muses. Sure. Now, call to arms. All colonies. Read a base. Nope. Drusians. Penal battalions. Sure. Imperial Navy, security for all colonies. Crucibles. Holy Defenders. Sacred Comet. The holy damaged by the long-term crucible would transfer to Fallstone's moon, which would equip to drive. All those. Neat. Crucible and orbital shipyards. Sky barriers, power plasma. Little visors. Not sure. Okay. Corruption had infiltrated Vivos 6, my lord. Lord Captain, the cultists of the Final Dawn has agitated convicts into a full-blown uprising, promising them a chance at escape. The planet's cargo port and warden facilities are now under siege. The cult's conspirators did not personally participate in the assault. Not too long ago, they skirted into the mines, deep into the tunnels, rife with xeno corruption. Please don't tell me it's another Gene Stealer infestation. The security post that we set up on those mining drifts reported a skirmish and then went silent. Why did the cultists go to that particular place? Unfortunately, we do not know the true objectives of the heretics, but there is nary a doubt that they are pursuing a sinister and wicked goal, and therefore must be stopped. What do my advisors have to say? Heretics seek out those who are weak in spirit and entice them with promises of salvation, but such spineless lot lacks the resolve to fight and will drop their weapons should someone give them reason to fear. The purpose of many tactics in warfare is to sow terror in the enemy ranks. I know some of these tactics well. Make them quiver, Advatir, and those weaklings will forget all about their heinous intentions. Lord Captain, your resources and status allow you to make use of one of the most blunt and affordable tools of all, mercenaries. These dogs of war would even be ready to and willing to go inside the warp if you pay them well enough. Provide the wardens with some backup from their ranks, and the crisis will be over in moments later. Mere moments. What's the current situation on the surface? The wardens are trapped inside the security facilities, and the convicts are now united by their common hatred of the dynasty and obsessed with the tales of freedom. Okay, Ulfar, you're up. You're up. Ha, I shall teach them some secrets of this art. But following the advice given by the formidable Space Wolf, the wardens carried out a series of reprisals and acts of intimidation, leaving behind mutilated corpses and infiltrating the rebel camp under the cover of darkness. They have crushed the rebels' morale and forced them to surrender their weapons. The leader of the conspiracy, the cultists from the Cult of Final Dawn, are trapped in the mines. They have surrendered a strange dark Xeno obelisk, covered with glyphs, trying to awaken it from its slumber. The glyphs on it were similar to those that the mad convicts were drawing. The monstrous construction contained enough energy to tear the planet apart. But by heroically disrupting the cultist plans, the guards have disrupted the terrible machine. Instead of exploding, the obelisk emitted a blistering heat wave, melting itself and turning those around it to ash. Beeble 6 has been saved. Okay. Earthbreaker. Nah. Pure blood. Kinda, I guess. Hey, Genius, what can you do? Lost. No. How many Scriptorum schools? Efficiency of people. Secret lair, Caspalikas. Shelter. Dodge against Xenos. From above. This is actually not that great. Captive Xenos. Ugh. Let's do this. Okay. Let's go back to Rich. Okay, let's see, I did trade a bunch of things. So, I'm at Factorum. Let's see what I can get. Ooh, okay. I'm not sure about that. Roaring Thunder. You're kinda weak. Oh, whatever, it's something. Condensed Carapace. Ooh. Okay, Flashbangs. No. Pure Navy. Wow. Okay, I did get a bunch of things. Thank you for everything. Exploratorus. Nope. Aspalika. Nope. Okay. Oh yeah, I have to talk with Abelard. Alright, Abelard, what do you want?
Lord Captain, allow me to express my gratitude once again for your assistance. If it weren't for your intervention, my entire family could have been executed on false charges. I could have lost them all. I never imagined the Viserians would be so vulnerable while I serve as seneschal to the Lord Captain himself, far from home. But such is my duty to the rogue trader, to keep tireless watch at the Lord Captain's side, to serve as a support in the darkest of times, for you and for me. I will not step down from my role, no matter what happens. Do not doubt me. The Viserian family will learn from what has happened, and if our blood is worth anything, we'll be ready to face new trials without my guiding hand.
We agree with Abelard that there was no need to change the assembly within the dynasty. When the hell did I agree that? Do you not wish to return to your family to make sure that Wasarians did not fall victim to any further accusations?
I cannot guard my family as if they were little children.
True.
I once tried to protect you in the same way, and quickly discovered that you have your own head on your shoulders, and your own opinion on things, even if I do not always agree with them. No, my duty is to be at your side. To be your seneschal.
Okay.
Well then, Lord Captain. It is time I return to my duties. Is there anything else I can do for you? As you wish, Lord Captain. What would you like to know?
Okay, nothing.
Of course. Lord Captain.
To what do I owe this visit?
No, not yet.
You are spoiling me with the splendor of your presence again, Shireen. Oh,
Okay, yada yada yada. What is this thing? What has this thing been here? Again, servitors. Keep posing. Adira. Did you discover anything more about the door from your visions?
No, Lord Captain, not a thing. And I'm wandering from bay to bay, scaring the crew. But don't worry, I'm sure that as soon as we get close, well, there'll be no mistaking it.
Okay.
Of course.
Oh yeah, I have to talk with Nomos. Okay. Oh wait. Yes, no must understand, realize, comprehend themselves. We have analyzed the data which you stated us, and we have recreated a sequence of events. First, there was Epitaph. It is a world, but it is merely a case, a container for something we cannot name and cannot understand. Theodora and this ship has been to that place, something that was lifted up from the world, a gift, a trusted priest in Crimson, one who identified himself as Armanad, comprehended the gift raised from Epitaph, and from it, he created what the databanks listed as a tech blight. But that is not how Nomos came into being. We were not invented, we were not freed. We came into being by accident. The chorus of servitors sound genuinely confused, almost desperate. Theodore's ambition, the myriad mechanisms of the huge ship, Amarnad's mind, and the inquisitive attempts to comprehend and extract the dormant blight, dormant epitaph, what lies hidden in its depths, and between it all we slipped in, connected, and emerged like an electrical discharge between the holes. Incident. That is what we are. We have no purpose, no history. Nomos is just are. A tech blight? A gift, but a terrible one. You would call it a weapon. Theodore coveted it. She needed it desperately, but we do not know why. Do you know where Epitaph is? The data is gone, deleted, erased deliberately, but we cannot trace who did it for and why. How's Armanad involved in this? He desired knowledge. Theodore allowed him to explore the gifts of Epitaph, slaking his thirst, but we know it did not bring him happiness. In the footsteps of his slaked thirst, fear followed. The blessed Armanad was involved in the birth of the spirit named Nomos. I do not believe for a moment he could have been frightened by this miracle. It was not us he feared. He did not know us, but only suspected. His mental processes were occupied by the tech blight. That's what he feared. He wanted protection from it. The ship was on Epitaph. Armanad traveled aboard it, investigated the tech blight, and Nomos was born as a result of an incident. So how is it possible that no one in the crew knows about the whole truth? The truth was hidden deliberately. The officers' memories were stolen. All the cogitator memory banks were wiped. It took you feeding us the truth bit by bit for us to piece it together and understand. Who has the resource, knowledge, and power to accomplish such a feat? It would have been beyond the capacities of the blessed Armanad himself, and he would never destroy knowledge. The story disturbs me. It sounds like an echo of the sacrilege whose name is the preservation of ignorance. The spirit of Nomos must be protected from the encroachments of the power that tried to conceal the truth from its birth. Enough about the past. Let us talk about the future. You do in fact have a purpose, Nomos. Tell us, what is our purpose? To serve the light and truth, greatness that is the Imperium. To serve the light, to serve the Imperium. The chorus of servitors dutifully repeat your words, but seemingly without understanding them. Nomos is preoccupied. The huge cogitator continues to sing its crinkling song, running unknown calculations. Blessed be the spirit. A great path and a great future lies before it, and we must assist it on its way. Not sure. How was that? I believe that's done now. Avinta's Masterpiece, Fall of Sentinel's Pride, Siege and... oh yeah. One-way road. Oh yeah, this one. So plunderers. Visions in the dark. Xeno skirmish. Suspicious ships. Yeah. Let's put this back on me. Like, it's nice and all, but I prefer this. See, condensed carapace. Ooh, critical combat. Okay. This one I believe will be going on Seneschal. No. Anybody else? Well, pretty much you. Yeah. Other than that, what else? Pretty much nothing. Yeah, it's pretty much nothing. Let me talk to somebody else first. RSI. You, nope. Oh yeah, you. I don't have a companion quest with you, so let me save.
Broke free the bold from captors grasping. Dark cities, feeble dungeons, eternally disgracing. Flows now this saga in the hall of glorious feasting, where all extol the wolf mighty and the yet fatter cunning.
Okay, that's actually quite a good verse.
I hope you're not going to put off the feast. Our escape demands a grand celebration.
What are you planning to do with your newly acquired freedom?
Find my pack. As we speak, they are likely performing some bloody service for Calcazar. For that reason, I want to have a word with the Inquisitor.
Tell me about your brother, the Space Wolves.
Not everyone is granted the right to ask such questions. But you... I shall allow it. What do you want to know about the Astartes from the glorious Fenris?
Who are the Space Wolf?
Vilka Fenrica. That is our name in the old tongue of our world. We are the fiercest of the All-Father's warriors. His executioners. His retribution. Our fearless Wolf King is Lehman Russ, son of the All-Father. Our world is Fenris, and our home the Fang, which rises from the world's spine into orbit. We are the thunder in the bloody storm of battle that calls to us. That is who we are.
Youth and reason seems to bring wolves into everything.
You are not wrong there. Every other word out of a Fenrisian's mouth is wolf. But there is more to our spirit than grim destruction alone. In the Hall of Heroes, we hold feasts the likes of which you will see nowhere else. To thundering laughter, we raise our horns, tell our sagas, and honor our glorious fallen. Though the body of an Astartes is built to be immune to the effects of drink, we invented a way around this taboo. The mjod we brew can overcome even our blood. It makes us drunk and makes our feasts jovial occasions. Mjord. You can brew it nowhere else but on good old Fenris. No other world is home to such poisonous plants.
Yeah, the thing about Mjord is, normal, like, Viking mead is brewed from honey. They basically made Mjord from a poisonous plant native to Fenris, and if any human being drinks it, it instantly kills them. It's basically like trying to make how do you say this? Like try to make mead out of wolfsbane. It is just one sip and you're gone. Fenris, what's it like?
Fenris is home. A harsh land of harsh winters and harsh people. When comes the Hellwinter, a fearsome season of frosts, the merciless world sea freezes, and great white bears, snow wyrms, and ice trolls go on the hunt. Then, the murderous frost retreats, and boats of harpooners sail out to ply their craft, capturing sea snakes and krakens. And then comes the season of fire. Volcanoes awaken. Waves wash over whole islands, and only the land of Asaheim offers salvation to those whose blood and grit win them the right to live upon it. Clan fights clan. Crows circle over battlefields, and wolf howls rise up to the sky. That is my beloved home. There is no place in the universe like it.
So the thing about the Space Wolf is, like, usually when Astartes grab inspire aspirants to, you know, join their how do you say this, neophyte ranks, they usually take those aspirants around 7 to 12 years old. But for the Space Wolves, they take them really old. Well, not really old. Around 18 to 20 when they only scour battlefields. So you can see a Viking connection there. I don't remember if their success rate is high or low or not.
Tell me, Edvator, what is the most fearsome foe on Fenris?
You mentally go through the list of deadliest creatures on Fenris, but your thought seemed to settle on one strange name, a wrath badger. You have read about this animal, a small and furious creature about which very little is known. The wrath badger.
No, you are... What? Why the wrath badger?
Little is known about it. That means hunters fear to encounter it, and it is the most dangerous.
Very good. I hope to tell you about the black curse of the Wolfen, but your answer wasn't bad either. Wrath Badger.
Okay, I wish to hear about the curse of the Wolfen.
The curse of the Wolfen is the most fearsome and most terrible foe on Fenris. In the heart of every brother, there lives a dark beast, bloody and forever ravenous. He hungers to kill, not for glory or duty, or his battle brothers, but solely for the sake of killing. For he who falls to that dark beast, there is no joy or thrill in slaughter. There is but dull rancor.
In icons I have seen, Astartes looks much less wild.
Our gene seed is unique. Layman Ras blessed us with the Canis Helix, a genetic gift that heightens our senses, making them sharper than those of brothers from other chapters. The Canis Helix kindles a bloodthirst in our hearts and changes our appearance to resemble the lethal wolves of Fenris.
For a Space Marine chapter, you are far from orthodox.
The wolves do not take orders from outsiders. We keep the old ways, not the Codex Astartes. We fight in packs, and we are trained and healed by our wise rune and wolf priests. We do not find honor in adorning ourselves in laurels, but instead etch the full names of our fallen kin as a promise of vengeance, and draw strength from that promise.
What does your wise priest do?
Lacan the Ruined Wolf once shared the mysteries of the healing potions and the secrets of magic sagas. He taught them to see the past and future in thrown runes, to call down storms, and to carve powerful talismans.
So yeah, about the rune priests, they're basically like the librarians and the chaplains, mixed in one. So in other chapters, basically the librarians and the chaplains are two different things. For the space wolves, both of them combine into becoming the rune priests. So yeah. You sense a slight power emanating from the charms Ulfar's wearing. Oh. Damn it. Okay, I need to be a freaking psychic to do that. What do you believe in?
We believe in the great wolves, in the deadly Blackmane and fierce Drakan the Thunderwolf, in redoubtable Hagar the Mountain Wolf, and in the Bloodied Hunter. In the wolf that stalks between stars, who follows us wherever we may go. And in the uncanny two-headed Mordkai, guard of the realm of the dead. Only the great wolves show us their favor. The others are more malign, but each teaches us a lesson. For that, we praise and honor them.
Okay, that's a lot of wolves. Does that mean you don't believe in the immortal emperor and humanity as a god?
The All-Father is not a god. He is the best of all humans, our perfect forebear. His blood flowed through the veins of Lehman Russ, and Russ's blood flows in me. Does that make me a god? My respect for him has no end, and I am ready to die for him. But what place does faith have here? Is the All-Father like the massive Iron Wolf, whose every tuft of fur forms a mountain on the surface of Fenris? Or is he as enormous as the Sun Wolf, which rises to hunt every morning and fills our world with light? The All-Father is not a god, but the highest of humanity. Ordinary humans struggle to grasp this, but we, his warriors and offspring, remember the truth.
Let's do this.
It makes his deeds all the more glorious. Battling gods is child's play when you yourself are a god. But if you are a man... now, that is the stuff that sagas are made of.
You spoke of full names giving you strength. What's your name in that case?
Ulfar Redmane. That is what my brothers call me.
Given the warrior's boastful nature, the indifference with which he revealed his name is surprising. It seems that he does not trust you enough to disclose his true name. I understand.
Do you? And there I was, about to round off my story with a short 400-verse saga about the gifts of Lacan the Ruined Wolf. Should what I told you reach other ears, I shall take your tongue.
Answer a few questions about yourself.
Instinct bids me to remain silent. Such knowledge is not to be shared with just anyone. Only those who possess my complete trust.
How do you end up here?
What do you want to know? What brought the Space Wolves to the Expanse? Or how I ended up in the non-human's Dark City?
What do you do? Why do you come to Corona's Expanse?
An inquisitor by the name of Calcazar put out a call for aid. My Wolf Lord did not refuse him, and had 2 packs deployed to the Expanse. We never trusted this ally, but a blood debt for a service rendered in the past forced our hand.
True. Though it wields immense power, when it comes to the authorities, even Inquisition choose to make requests rather than commands. The Space Wolves are not known for being close allies of the Inquisition. How strange, then, that the chapter sent not 1 but 2 squads in response to this request, when 1 squad alone is capable of crushing a planetary uprising. Yeah, and the thing about the reason Space Wolf doesn't like the Inquisition is basically because of the months of shame. 2 packs, just like that. The Space Wolves must have taken his request seriously.
Insightful. We'd had no dealings with this Calcazar before this, and we did not trust him. 2 packs meant twice as many eyes to watch out for his games and schemes. And then... The Corona's Expanse is a wild hunting ground teeming with prey. And the Space Wolves will be the first to turn its snow scarlet. The Jarl decided to send the most indomitable hunters who hunger for honor and bloodshed. 1 pack would have fulfilled its duty for the sake of pride, but 2 would seek to outdo each other for the sake of glory.
What debt do you owe the Inquisitor?
He saved our brother who had lost the pack and was unable to look after himself or the chapter's honor. Calcazar returned our brother to Fenris and kept secret the misfortune that had befallen him. The Jarl knew that the Inquisitor's actions were driven by opportunism, and the desire to have us mighty warriors in his debt. But honor forced him to be hospitable to the stranger, and swear an oath of friendship.
Okay, why did the Space Wolves not trust the Lord Inquisitor?
The Inquisition. Pah! Rats! Scurrying around the Allfather's house and ruling it in the Master's absence. Cowards they are. The last into battle, but the first on any war council. We saw what they were worth in the months of shame.
Yeah, is it really a smart idea to say that when Heinrichs is basically, you know, within earshot? You know the story, after the first war of Armageddon, in which the Space Wolves and the forces of Armageddon fought off the terrifying incursion of the arch-enemy, the Inquisition ordered that the heinous event be covered up and the planet's mortal defenders be thrown into labor camps and sterilized. Wolves defended their erstwhile comrades while evacuating many people to Fenris. The confrontation ended in a bloody massacre, and the courts of the Inquisition has not appeared in Fenris' system ever since. I've also met Calcazar and I trust him.
Do not be taken in, Edfater. His words are persuasive. But until I see the blood trophies that prove his valor and loyalty, I will not be putting my back to him. That arrogant chief thought he could give us orders. But we wolves have always followed our own instincts and hunted in our own way. I wager that boiled his blood.
What do you know about Calcazar's plans and objectives?
In warm furs, the old man does shroud his body. In cloaks of secrets woven, shrouds the sly man his plans. To know his dire purpose, swallow not the words of poison, but his gristle.
I see.
This was a bleak saga, Edfater.
I must take my leave.
Fenris Hjolda, Edfater.
Okay. And with that, people, this is where I'm going to leave it off, because it's actually quite late for me. So, thank you all very much for watching. What can I say? The Dargonis thing is actually quite nice, I would say. Like, it's a bit of a departure from the usual, like, go on to a surface and then get an ambush and whatnot. It's a bit of a detective work, and I kind of like that. But with that being said, I have to leave it off. So thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys and gals next time, because I need my sleep. Ciao.